Getting a divorce is difficult for everyone, especially if children are involved, and many people think playing nice and putting on a happy face for the kids will help them in the long run. But new research shows even when parents are on good terms, divorces are just as damaging for children. Dr. Romy Wishtalk joins us now to talk more about it. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Andrea. Thank you for having me this morning.
This is a fascinating topic. I'm a child of divorce, and I know when you're young, and I was 8 when my parents got divorced, you create this environment for children to deal with, and it's an adult thing, but they're children and they don't have adult tools to deal with it.
Absolutely.
So I guess, the first question we start with is, how does divorce affect children?
Andrea, it's a great question, and the reason I'm here is as a physician, I lecture therapists around the country with national marriage seminars, and this new study that came out was eye-opening. We assume that if parents are amicable after the divorce, that children will have less problems. But what we know is problems like anxiety and depression, behavioral outbursts at school, and even in the long term, increased risk of substance abuse will happen whether parents are on good speaking terms or not.
Yeah, because kids pick up on everything.
They do. And the reason behind this is, this was a survey done with parents' perception. Mindset matters in everything, Andrea.
Definitely.
So parents think that they are co-parenting from an amicable place, but what we don't realize is the actual stress around the separation.
Sure.
And that period is the time that's almost creating a traumatic event in children, like you're talking about when you were young, and can lead to post-traumatic stress disorder. And in the long run, parents don't often realize that children may feel divided in their loyalty because they're hearing one parent, dig at another indirectly, and they feel guilty for having to choose one parent over the other and not wanting to be in that place.
So let's say you're in a situation, you're married, you're facing divorce. What can married couples do who are in this particular situation, or maybe living as legally separated couples? What can they do to help children through this process?
Yeah, Andrea, that's a great question, and it's what I work with on the therapists. And so my first and foremost advice is, no matter how well or not well you think things are going, it's really important to see a marriage or family therapist, not only for the adults, but for the children as well. They can help show you how to communicate with your children and give children much needed coping skills early to cope with the stress that's around them. The second thing is communicate frequently to the children. You may tell them once how much you love them and give them a feeling of security. They need to hear that over and over again, because as you mentioned, children can pick up on the stress that they're feeling from the parents, and they internalize it thinking it's their fault, not realizing that this is an adult matter.
And oftentimes the kids end up being the adults in the situation.
Absolutely. It is having to choose sides, having to spy on which parent has moved on and dating. It's very difficult. And at the end of the day, a parent's mindset matters. So no matter what they're saying to the children, if their mindset isn't in a calm place to communicate and want to share love with their child, children will pick up on it, just as you said, Andrea.
All right, Doctor. Thank you so much. Some great information there.